That's how it goes normally.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Original Rebels Racing League Saturday Night Senate Cup Series for the Back the Blue 200 here from Kansas Speedway. I'm Zach Wetstein. I'm here with Sam Wetstein. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Zach. Good evening.
We got 200 exciting laps around here at Kansas Speedway, and it's going to be a good one as I'm going to pull up the race info real quick for our race tonight. Sorry, mile and a half, not two. I thought I said it was 2 miles, but I said 200 laps. So, mile and a half track, and it's going to be nice and bright and sunny out unless those clouds decide to cover up the sun. So, 107 degrees on track right now, and we'll see what it is during the track, but should be a slick one tonight. What are you looking for tonight, Dad?
I'm looking for a lot of sideways going through the corners, especially turn two. Turn two, you can get some real good grip at a certain spot, but you got to find it. You get too low, get too high. There's going to be a lot of action going on over there.
Yes, we are still in practice, but we're going to go ahead real quick and talk to you guys about tonight's spotlight drivers. We'll start off with Garrett Kinder, Cotton County SO in Oklahoma, a deputy for 8 years. And it's kind of small on my screen, so I got to move up. Part of the warrant squad.
And number 24, Chris Heiner from Lynchburg City Fire Department in Lynchburg, Virginia. 8.5 years, a firefighter and a paramedic. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you to all of these guys tonight here on the Spotlight Driver screen. Philip Manzo, North Providence PD, 21 years, now retired. Police officer, K-9 unit detective, and active casino lead officer in Las Vegas, Nevada. Philip I think he's still in the hospital, so prayers going out to you, man. Hope you're getting better. And if you're watching tonight, hopefully we put on a good show for you tonight.
Yeah, Philip, get better soon, man. And we got number 6, Tyler Rice from the Cherokee Fire Department, 7 years and a captor. He's a captain and a firefighter and an EMT.
Then we'll move on to Mike Veith, Beardstown Fire Department in Illinois, Rushville EMS as well. Rushville Sheriff Auxiliary, 10 years, firefighter and an EMT, and then 8 years correctional officer. So he kind of caught all the bases. He did all of them.
Got it all covered. And his son, number 13, Alex Veith from Rushville Sheriff Auxiliary for 3 years and 2 years with tow truck. I say that 3 times real fast. Tow truck driver and record driver. And there's a big family involvement in law enforcement going on there.
Yeah, for sure. We'll move on to our other side. Zach Wilson, Marion Police Department in North Carolina, sergeant for 5 years. SWAT North Carolina, GHSP County, coordinator, traffic crash reconstructionist, 3 Region C awards, and 1 department accommodation for murder apprehension. English is tough when it comes to these long A words.
And our fearless leader, number 33, Matt Geis, Farmington Police, Bloomfield Police, San Juan County, New Mexico for 12 years. 911 police, fire, EMS dispatch, supervisor, a training officer, a booking officer, a reserve police officer, New Mexico Gang Task Force, critical incident management, and tactical dispatcher, and a great league owner as well. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, we talked about how Mike Veith covered all the bases, so did Matt. And I
thought I was going to run out of breath on that one there, Matt.
Logan Sturgeon, Village of McDonald, Ohio, 6 years, patrolman, SRO, and met the president and vice president when they came to town, so that's pretty neat.
Oh, that's awesome. And number 36, John Geis, Farmington, New Mexico Police Department, retired after 21 years. He was a supervisor, a patrol CSO, New Mexico Gang Task Force, a taser instructor, fleet manager, Ben Herrera Distinguished Service Award, 2008 Employee of the Year, and an FBI Gang Initiative Award. Man, that's a lot going on in that family there. Thanks to everybody on that list.
Yeah, thank you for all of what all of you have done in, vast places. We have a lot of these guys have done police officer and firefighter. Not all of them, but obviously some of them. So, all of them have done a good amount of different work in that category. So, yeah, shout out to you guys. Appreciate it. And, yeah, that's your driver spotlight for tonight.
And I thought we just joined a great racing league. We've joined the safest racing league in the country. We got firefighters, we got police officers, we've got it all covered.
All right, and I believe we have moved on to qualifying, so we are going to go check that out.
It is underway. We got the fish on the pole right now. Logan Sturgeon in that in a 30.763.
Here with Clint Reese right now. Looks like he's completing his second lap. His first lap had him in 12th. Second lap, going to put him up in the first position over Will Paisley. Put down a 30.49. 30.488, because we noticed yesterday that it only gives me 2 numbers on my iRacing live timing, and it gives me 3 on the ticker. Go ahead, Tanner Mars on track, or at least coming out onto track. Actually, see his back to blue paint scheme there. Going to see how those on more than just Tanner's car. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of those tonight with it being back to blue race. As Tanner Marr across the start-finish line to start his first lap. And we'll go ahead and go on board with him the second lap just to see.
And on Kyle Roberts, who did a little fishtailing coming out of 2. I'm telling you, turn 2 is tricky.
Crossing the start-finish line, we'll go on board with him real quick. His first lap puts him 10th, or 11th, sorry. Oh, and there he goes. Gets loose out of 2, and he's going to be at least 11th tonight on the starting grid. Joe Buscemi crosses the start-finish line 18th so far. See him working that low to middle lane through both turns. Lower in turn 1 and 2 than he is in 3 and 4. And that second lap will put Joey Buscemi at 13th on the grid. Here's Mickey Isaac. That lap puts him 17th. And I believe that's the end of his run. Cameron Combs out on track. See what kind of lap he can put down. As you see, he has a back to blue paint scheme. First lap for Mr. Combs is a 30.99 so far. Crosses his start-finish line. See what kind of time he can put down. And he's going to be second best. About 2/10 or so behind Clint Reist for the pole spot. Cameron Combs, your points leader so far this season. 5 points over Clint Reist. Jason Warren in third. I don't have the points in my iRacing Live timing tonight, but we'll keep you updated on the points, at least right now. But yeah, Cameron Combs, Clint Reist, Jason Warren, William Paisley, and William Griffith, your top 5. Michael Swink, Jeff Paisley, Joey Buscemi, Logan Sturgeon, and Logan Sturgeon, Philip Manzo are tied for 9th, and then Elliott Longenecker. So those are your top 10/11, you want to call it. So Cameron Combs and Clint Reist, your top 2 in the points are going to be close to each other. It looks like going to be throughout the entire race unless something bad happens to either of them.
I'm sorry, I got distracted doing some stuff over here. The normal people that we see at the top are still at the top, aren't they?
Yep, Joseph Wright now on track. We don't see him a lot. He is over at Intensity Broadcasting, and as you see on his car. But
hey, Joe.
Him and Eddie. Let's look for Eddie. I think Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Morris joining us tonight in the Saturday Night Syndicate Cup Series. Dan Witt out on track. Ooh, almost made contact with the wall going into turn 1 there.
he's hugging it close and diving it deep. You can get away with a lot more in 3 and 4. A lot more grip in 3 and 4 than there is in 1 and 2. But it's going to be interesting because you come out of 3 and 4, you got all this confidence. You go into 1 and you start to slip a little.
Yeah, it can. This Cup car has always been loose with this package, so it can just step out on you as quickly as you get into the turn. So these guys definitely going to have to watch that tonight. Keep that from happening. Ray Page and Michael Swink have completed laps. I'm not sure if they're just out there doing practice laps. Ray Page 16th so far, and qualifying ends. And no chance for him to cross the start-finish line. Michael Swink did go up to 3rd right before qualifying ended there, though. So
awesome.
We have 33 in here tonight. Not sure how many are actually driving and who's race control tonight, but it looks like we're going to have at least 30 cars out on track. We'll see. All right, we are gridding, and we are going to go over the grid for tonight's race. Oh, wrong pit lane. There we go. No, that's not zoomed in enough. Why not just go TV1? All right. Clint Reese, your pole sitter tonight. Cameron Combs in 2nd. Like we mentioned, both of those guys on top of the points, but Cameron Combs is the points leader. Clint Reese 2nd. Michael Swink qualifying 3rd. Elliot Longenecker 4th. Will Paisley 5th. Logan Sturgeon 6th. Joshua Sexton 7th. Tyler Johnson qualifies 8th. 9th is Jeff Paisley. And round top 10 is Chris Heiner. 11th is Joseph Wright. Josh Lokenvens 12th. Why did it go that far? There we go. 13th, Tanner Marr. Charlie Elmore, 14th. Joe Buscemi, 15th. Ray Page, 16th. 17th is Darrell Whitford. Dan Witt, 18th. Kyle Roberts, 19th. And Rich Yeoman, 20th. Mickey Isaac, 21st. Brian Rupert, 22nd. William Griffith, 23rd. Jason Warren, 24th. 25th is Garrett Kinder. 26th, Lee Stevens. 27th, Tia Swank. Josh Oswald, 28th. Chuck Feltz, 29th. 30th is Brian Torquia. Brandon Wallace, 31st. Eddie Morris, 32nd. And Mike Uribe, 33rd, rounding out your field.
Yeah, with the final 10 cars deciding not to take a qualifying lap tonight.
Yeah, and there's guys back there like Garrett Kinder. You got Garrett Kinder, Jason. I don't know if Jason Warren put a time down. I don't think he did. Garrett Kinder, Jason Warren, Tia Swank, Josh Oswald. I mean, Scotty Stevens is starting almost last, if not. So we have a lot of fast guys back there tonight, and going to be interesting to see them climb through the field.
I think that strategy might be save tires, stay in the back, avoid the wrecks, and go for it at the end. Just work your way up through attrition.
If you can look through iRacing real quick and see if they had any, I don't know. I think you can't see because it's changed to the race session. Never mind. I was going to say you could look and see if they got any X's during qualifying, but it's already changed over to the race session, so never mind.
Okay.
Because we're used to seeing those guys qualify, so that's the only reason.
I have a track map app up, and I never saw them on track, so it might have been a conscious decision. It might have been X's. A lot of those guys are generally first lap. If you make a mistake, they'll, take it easy on the second lap, try to put down a decent time. Here we go.
Pace car's off, and the green flag is out for the Back to Blue 200 here at Kansas Speedway. Cameron Combs gets a great restart. It's able to match Clint Reese, if not best him going into turn 1. We'll see who gets the spot, as that inside line is probably going to be pretty good on these restarts.
We're already 3 wide.
Oh, right behind him, yeah. Still side by side for the lead. Cameron Combs, a great run into 3 and 4, and he's going to take the lead. Clint Reese.
Not bad. Clint Reese got a little sideways there and slid up towards the wall.
Caution's out. Looks like Kyle Roberts. Yeah, Kyle Roberts, 21 of Darrell Whitford. Cameron Combs having a or no, he's just blinking. Never mind. Okay. He was blinking on my thing. That's why I showed him dropping. Oh, man. Big carnage. All right, let's come back here.
Oh, yeah, that started way ahead of.
Oh, gets loose. Gets into, looks like Michael Swink. Ray Page now caught up in that. William Griffith, Kyle Roberts, Brian Rupert. Obviously Whitford. So a lot of people caught up in that wreck here early on, and no quick repairs. So whatever. I don't think they have quick repairs in this league outside of what we had at Daytona. So, yeah, whatever you have now with damage, you're kind of stuck with or have to get fixed, but that can take a long time.
Yeah, it's always a bummer when it happens on the first lap, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I got pretty much most of the back 10, 12 of the field got caught up in that. Kind of got to rethink that decision not to qualify now. Huh?
Yeah. I don't think we saw... I'm not sure how many of those people didn't qualify. See if we have anybody coming down pit road yet. Yeah, we do have some cars in there already from that wreck. I can't tell who. Here, let me
77, the 12, the 08.
Yeah, Rich Yeoman, William Griffith, Tanner Marr, Mickey Isaac, it shows in there.
The 25 is down there. Rich Yeoman.
Yeah. As you see them starting to come out of pit road, we still have 3 cars in their pit stalls. Looks like 1 exited their car, so looks like we already have a couple of drivers tonight with some terminal damage to their cars from that wreck. And we are lined back up already, so as quickly as we were under caution, these guys are ready to go back racing, going to lap 5. Cameron Combs now going to be the control car with Clint Reese to his outside. Will Paisley now into the 3rd position up from 5th, where he restarted.
Wonder if Clint will try to see if he can get the same advantage that Combs had on that outside. Seemed to be pretty strong.
As the pace car is off, and these guys are back racing. Cameron Combs, a great restart. Clint Reese going to be able to slide into 2nd there. Will Paisley able to keep 3rd. I think the battle's on for 5th right now. Elliott Longenecker and Logan Sturgeon. Logan Sturgeon able to use that inside. Now here comes Jeff Paisley to the inside of Elliott Longenecker. And unfortunately, Elliott's going to lose 2 spots in 1 lap, it looks like.
I think we got some guys on some tire saving strategies here because Clint Reese is running it high and gave up that 2nd position to Will Paisley.
Some more battling going on back here. Josh Lokenvent's going to the inside of Chris Heiner, or at least trying to. Gets a little squirrely there. And now he has to hold off to his outside Joey Buscemi. I saw 13 and almost said Alex Veith.
Yeah.
As Buscemi's able to make that pass, and Dan Witt now looking to the outside. Seen Dan Witt in that bright red paint scheme. Hard to miss. Oh, it's getting a little dicey back here. As Dan Witt now going to the inside. He was going to the outside, now making a pass over Josh Lokenvins there on the inside. And they are getting even racier in front of them. Big group here. Right now it looks like Joshua Sexton, Elliott Longenecker side by side for the 7th position. The top 3 or so are spread out from this pack, but these guys are not shying away from racing right now. And now Joseph Wright looking to the back bumper of Elliott Longenecker. So it looks like Longenecker taking it easy or struggling on this restart.
We have got guys on separate strategies here. A lot of guys rim riding, saving tires. Some other guys just going for it here early.
Longenecker now looking to try to advance his position on Joshua Sexton. It's definitely risk and reward here early. You want to get positions, sure, but with no quick repairs, you want to make sure not to destroy your car here early on. So, yeah, these guys are going to have to wager with that. Risk and reward is behind him. Dan Witt gets extremely loose. He saved it, though. It looked like he was about to go hit the inside wall, but he's able to save it and keep going. It's going to hurt him, but at least he's still on track and running and didn't hit the wall.
That's a catch your breath moment. I'll be back with you in a lap or two.
Cameron Combs, so far your leader. You see right behind him Will Paisley. These two have separated themselves over 3.5 seconds from Clint Reist. Yeah, you see these guys over here running the bottom line. And that is the faster way around right now, most likely. But that can burn up that right front more because you're turning the car more on exit. So it's going to be, really throughout the turn, you're turning it more when you're on the inside there, at least at Kansas. So it's definitely a couple of different lines these guys are using tonight, and that's what Kansas can bring you, is a variety of lines that guys can run, and that brings, different strategies. We talk pit strategies, but there's also line strategies on how you want to, save your tires, preserve your tires, or kind of just run all out. And who knows, maybe Cameron Combs and Will Paisley won't be too bad off on their tires if they can run it right, because there's also different things that go into saving your tires or burning them up. And it's not all just what line you take. It can be how you, move your wheel, throttle input. So there's definitely a variety of things that go into saving your tires. So we'll see how this inside line works out for Cameron Combs and Will Paisley. But so far it's working nice, over 4.5 seconds over Clint Reist.
Yeah, back here we had Joe Wright and Jeff Paisley side by side. For a moment there, they were one car, and caution is out.
Caution's out. Yeah, I see a jumble of cars. Sorry about that, guys. I think we're back live. Let me make sure. All right, yeah, we're back live. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened to the stream, but we're back. Lap 43. Currently, your leader is Cameron Combs. He has a 1.9 second lead over Dan Witt. Logan Sturgeon, Josh Oswald, Garrett Kinder, your top 5. Michael Swink, Chris Heiner, Jeff Paisley, Josh Lokenvins, and Tia Swank, your top 10. Going to try to find some battle. We got Brian Rupert and Darrell Whitford fighting for the 14th position back here. His caution is out. We're going to try to find out what is going on.
You didn't tell everybody I stepped on the plug, did you?
I did not.
Dang it, I think I might have just done that.
Any idea where the caution was?
I'm taking a look now. It was the 05, I believe.
Tyler Johnson. You believe or you know? We're going to go check it out. Ooh, him and Ray Page. Let's check this out. It glitches out, so we'll see if it actually catches the wreck. Oh, and it glitches out as soon as they wreck. Great job, iRacing. But those two get together and cause our third or fourth caution. I can't remember. I have a bad memory. But another caution here at Kansas Speedway. That time between Tyler Johnson and Ray Page there coming out of turn 2. Cameron Combs still not pitting, but we're seeing guys like Dan Witt, Logan Sturgeon, the rest of the guys who didn't pit last time going down pit road. So Cameron Combs really stretching it out.
From what I got on that coming out of turn 2, Ray got a little loose, got up into the 05 of Tyler Johnson.
As you see all those guys coming out of pit road. As everybody now off the pit road, you still see some, but I think that's just fixing damage. Cameron Combs still out on track. Not sure if Jeff Paisley... Yeah, he pit on lap 32, so he's pit. Everybody else there pit on lap 45. So Cameron Combs, along with Tia Swank, looks like... Oh, no, they all pit on 45. So, yeah, Cameron Combs, the only driver out there left on this run other than Scotty Stevens there in third.
I wonder why he stayed out. So from fourth place on back is fresh tires. Paisley and Stevens pitted last time.
It didn't show that Stevens pit at all.
I got Scotty on 15 laps since his last pit stop. And he started 26th and is up to third. 23 spots along with Josh the Jet Oswald, who started 28th, is running fifth, another 23 spot mover. For those of you that are curious, I am sober. Just can't talk.
Yeah, Kinder right behind Oswald, 19 spots. Jason Warren, 14 spots up from where he started. He's in 10th right now. Eddie Morris started 32nd and is now 15th. So a lot of big movers tonight so far.
We're going to go green this next time, and it's I don't know why he didn't pit. but he may make a believer out of me if he can stay out in front of these guys, because I think he's going to lose a few spots here. I just wonder if he's trying to make it. If he's trying to make it a one-stop race, that would be 67 laps.
Well, we're going to see how well it works out for him, as he's going to be the lone wolf out there on the oldest tires. So he's going to be able to get a good jump, but we'll see how that works out for him on the older tires, how long he'll be able to keep that lead. As he does get another fantastic restart, and Jeff Paisley does not get a big jump as he falls back. And Dan Witt aggressive on this restart to the outside of the 53 of Scotty Stevens. So he gains about 3 positions on that restart.
He is loving them tires.
Josh Oswald now on the outside of Scotty Stevens. Jeff Paisley trying to follow him. They're trying to go 3 wide here on the front stretch.
Oh, this is fun bunch here.
Josh Oswald leading this little group right here. Now Jeff Paisley trying to recover from the bad restart, and Clint Reist, we've seen him up in the top 3 a lot tonight. Now in the top 5, moving past the 76 of Garrett Kinder, now looking to try to pass Josh Oswald on the outside.
Yeah, some of these guys are having a little difficulty with these new tires not being up to air pressure or temperature yet. It can be a little slippery the first 2 laps. Meanwhile, Cameron Combs has jumped out to over a half-second lead on Dan Witt and making a believer out of me on those now 51 lap run tires. 52 as he crossed the start-finish line. Dan Witt starting to make up a little real estate here with Cameron Combs. He is gaining on him fast in the corners. That's them old tires trying to take their time through the corner. Dan Witt's going to, I imagine, have the lead by the time we get back to the start-finish line. There he goes, coming out of turn 2 up on the high side. Pulls even with him on the back stretch. I don't think Cameron's got much for him. Is he going to try to fight him or let him go? I don't think he has much of a choice. There we go. Dan Witt to the lead.
Yeah, Dan Witt using that outside like we've seen a lot of people use tonight. And, well, yeah, he has fresher tires, but uses the outside to get past him. And finally a new leader tonight after Cameron Combs leading majority of tonight's race, if not all, actually.
And everybody else is going back to third. Jeff Paisley, 3 seconds behind these two. Last lap for Dan Witt was 31.703, and Cameron did a 32.181. So there's your tires.
Yeah, just about everybody, almost everybody's running 32s, but we have some 31s in the field, including Dan Witt, our leader. Jeff Paisley, another one of them.
I think he's making a believer out of me. If he's going to try to make this a one-stop race, he's only lost 1 position on them old tires, and it's a long way back to third, so he's in a pretty comfortable spot with them old tires.
Yeah, we're here with Jeff Paisley, and you saw just in front of him, but pretty far away, is Cameron Combs in that 15. Right now, Jeff Paisley and Joshua Sexton fighting for that 3rd position. Clint Reist right behind him. As Joshua Sexton dives down to the inside and he's able to make it stick. Will he be able to make the pass? Going into turn 1, he's going to use that apron, which you are allowed to do here at Kansas Speedway.
Yep, the rule is you can go down there all you want. It's the guy on track that, little contact between the 51 and the 7. They keep it going, but.
Yeah, Jeff Paisley's going to probably, well, I was going to say lose a position to Clint Reese, but Reese was pretty patient behind him. Ray Page in front of him, so going to have to go to the bottom, and he's going to have to recover after a little bit of contact between him and Joshua Sexton. We'll see if he can catch back up. And right behind him, we have a pretty big pack of cars racing here. Jason Warren, Josh Oswald, Garrett Kinder behind him. Joey Buscemi passed both of them. We've seen him, and I want to take a quick look at Joey Buscemi's car. I believe he's been in a couple of wrecks tonight, and he is up here in the 6th position. So
yeah,
even with that damage, making it work. I'm used to seeing him in the 8, so that's why that's why I was thrown off by the 13 on his car.
Maybe he gave that up for Eddie Morris to race tonight. I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither, but you see Eddie Morris there, currently in 16th in that 8 car. But Dan Witt right now has gapped Cameron Combs by around 2 seconds now. And Joshua Sexton starting to catch up with Cameron Combs now. You said that it was 3 seconds to Paisley, but ever since Joshua Sexton got past by Jeff Paisley, he has steadily caught Cameron Combs, and, well, he's going to have to start looking out his back mirror if he hasn't already.
I think Combs has pretty much committed himself to that strategy. 61 laps now, and he's making another 6 laps, and he's going to have to pit soon. I think maybe position right now is not his biggest concern.
Well, you do want to stay as close to the leader as you can, so when you do pit, you have less of a chance of, obviously he'll pass him back up if he does go a lap down, but you want to stay as close to that leader as you can while doing this pit strategy to try to make it work.
Yeah, I think he's sitting over there praying for a caution right now so he can come down. But he's rolled the dice, and he's hoping it pays off for him.
He's 2 seconds behind Dan Witt, but he's still holding that second position over Joshua Sexton pretty well right now.
This is amazing. I figured he'd be maybe flirting with being out of the top 10 by now, but he's running in second, and he's doing a great job on this strategy. I'll tell you that. But that steering wheel is making a lot of movement inside that car.
Hey, why don't we figure it out real quick? Where is it? As actually, we'll go on board while they're side by side here.
Yeah, and he's giving him a little bit of a fight, too, for that position. And he's going to hang on to it for the moment. I am amazed. Sexton's tires are 20 laps old. Cameron Combs is working on 65.
Cameron was only about a tenth slower than Joshua Sexton that last lap. So, I mean, Cameron Combs right now is actually running slower laps than a majority of these guys. But that time around, Dan Witt, our leader, ran a slower lap than Cameron Combs. And
wow.
Actually, I'm looking at the board here, and these lead lap guys, because it shows I don't know why it shows Will Paisley on the track, but Cameron Combs running fast laps right now for being on these tires.
It is crazy. And he's actually gapped Joshua Sexton now.
Yeah, and he's ran 2 consistent laps at 32:44. So he's running not only pretty fast, but consistent laps on these old tires. And Joshua Sexton actually struggled that last lap. I'm not sure. Oh,
Yeah.
looks like Cameron Combs got loose, but Sexton ran a 33 that last lap. So it looks like he struggled a little bit that last time around.
Saw that. And Jeff Paisley 4 seconds behind the leader. Not running. He's running slower than Cameron Combs as well.
Yeah, Paisley is on 15 lap older tires than the guys who pit on our lap caution. So he wasn't on the freshest tires either, but Cameron Combs was on far older tires. So to see this right now, and Cameron Combs is eating into that gap for the lead right now.
And crossing the start-finish line, we're going to be halfway.
It was a 2-second gap to Dan Witt. Is now 1.7 seconds between Cameron Combs and that 91. So
making up time. How does
he's
he
faster. He's faster than Dan Witt right now, our leader.
Oh my Lord. Well, I might have a couple of questions for that boy if he finishes in the top 3.
I don't know what this speed.
He is fitting in this time.
With this speed, I don't know, unless he gets wrecked out, if he won't win this race, to be honest with you.
And there he goes off the pit road.
With the speed he's shown, unless the tires just don't wear out that much, he has shown some pretty awesome speed tonight to be able to stick with the leader like that. Go.
69 laps.
Dan Witt, your leader now, 2.5 seconds to Joshua Sexton. Looks like we've had some nice battling going on back here between Jeff Paisley and Josh Oswald. Oswald trying to look to the inside of Jeff Paisley. So, yeah, 2 different pit strategies, but one of the pit strategies was done by one person in the entire field, it looks like, with Cameron Combs staying out the entire time until just a lap or 2 ago, like you saw. And the rest of the field pit on the 3rd or 4th caution we had. So, different strategies, and we're going to see which one works out. If it works out for, any of these guys other than Cameron Combs, well, then obviously we'll know that pit strategy was better. But Cameron Combs, we'll see how that works out for him. He was awfully fast for being on 40 lap old tires, and the rest of the guys on fresh tires.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he's like when he's on even tires again. And right now he's going to be on faster tires, but so really we won't see Cameron Combs on the same tires as these guys ever again, unless there's a caution, obviously. Just because they're going to be on different pit strategies, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how this works out.
Yeah, me too. There was only 15 laps of caution on those 69 lap tires. So, I mean, he did a lot of racing on them tires.
Jeff Paisley still doing a nice job at holding off Josh Oswald for the 4th position.
Well, and here comes Garrett Kinder into the mix.
Oh, Jeff Paisley gets
Jeff
very loose. Almost hits the wall, has to avoid it, gets loose, and is going to lose those 2 positions and probably a little bit more as Jason Warren to his outside. He got really loose at it too, but he's able to save it. Nice job by him.
I have to go down there and investigate. There might have been somebody over there selling cotton candy, and he wanted one. It looked like he took a big left into that.
Oh, it gets loose again.
Yeah, I don't.
That cotton candy stand. Maybe he missed him the first time. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe just went by the first time. Said, "I'll be right back."
Maybe he asked Will, since he lagged out of the race, if he wanted some cotton candy. But, I mean, with that being said, he's only lost 3 positions, and he was able to save it that last time and not lose any. So, somehow, after near wrecking twice, he's able to sit in that 7th position.
I stayed with him one more lap just to see if he'd be okay coming out of 2 that time, and he did just great. So.
Josh Oswald and Garrett Kinder now close to fighting for a position We were going to watch these two, but then Jeff Paisley got loose, and so we went on with him just to see if he wrecked or not. Thankfully, he didn't. And now Josh Oswald and Garrett Kinder are fighting for the 4th spot. And here comes Jason Warren. We see him being fast in anything he drives, and he's starting to creep into this battle, and he's going to look to the outside of Garrett Kinder.
Going to do more than look. He's going to run past him.
Oh, wrecking behind him. Chris Heiner. Also looked like maybe Joey Buscemi. We'll see what happened there.
Oh, Chris got loose and just right up into Joey.
Nowhere to go for Joey Buscemi, and they're able to keep it off everybody else. So only a 2-car incident. And that is a lot of damage to that 24.
Sorry we jinxed you, Joey. You didn't have damage before, but now you do. I think you'd be all right, though.
So
Doesn't
that,
look terrible.
why is it not letting me go with Dan Witt here? There he is. So with that, we about 10 laps ago saw Mr. Cameron Combs pit, and I think this is going to hurt him, I believe, a little bit more than help him, in my opinion. He probably wanted to, you know, I mean, he's going to be able to get back to the lead, but it's only going to be 10 laps of difference, but he is going to be on a little bit older tires than these guys once again, unless he pits with, I think he's a lap down right now, so
He is.
he's going to get the lucky dog, it looks like, or it's either him or Eddie Morris.
Got the leaders coming into the pits. Some of them.
Yeah, Joshua Sexton stays out. So I don't know if it's Eddie Morris or Cameron Combs who's in the lucky dog spot.
I'm confused too. It might be Eddie.
Nope, there goes Cameron Combs. So he's going to get his lead lap spot back, but that means that he's going to have to start at the tail end of the field, I believe. Or at least of the lead lap anyways. And that
I do believe Lucky Dog is going to have to start at the end of the longest line, so he'll be behind the lap down cars.
Well, at least one thing for Cameron is he's not going to be on different tires because the Lucky Dog can go in and pit. So, you know, since you're already going to be back there, you might as well pit and get on the same tires.
I would do that. You're not losing anything.
Yeah, I would assume we see him come down pit road. There, we'll see. So, yeah, that really didn't work out for him at all.
Not quite the way he wouldn't have minded a caution 20 or 30 laps from now, maybe, I guess, but he'd have rather seen it go green the whole way.
Yeah, I'm not sure any caution really helps him. I think it's tough because, you know, I just think that going green the rest of the way would have been absolutely the best thing for him.
Yes.
Since he cut it in half and he was able to make it the rest of the way, and we're never going to figure out what happened. Everybody on the same pit strategy once again. Well, not everybody. Some people didn't pit, it looks like.
He did not pit as well either. I think he'd have one more opportunity next time by, but I would take advantage of it. You were willing to go 69 laps on one tank of fuel, and you're not going to lose any positions by coming down and getting 4 freshies now. So I would do it. I'm not driving his car, though. and he is not pitting.
Going to be interesting to see how that works out for him. Not pitting there. So he's going to be... I mean, not everybody pit that time around anyways, so we'll see how that works out for him.
No, the top 9 stayed out, so he's proven he can run fast on old tires, so we'll see how that'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. We have some drama.
He is restarting this time around. He's going to be restarting in the 20th position. So, yeah, we're going to see how well that works out for Cameron. And he's going to have some positions to make up, but we do know he is very fast. So we should see him start to make up positions as we go green. And see how many green flag laps we get. To get for him is Josh Oswald. Your control car gets off to a great start. And that leaves Garrett Kinder and Jason Warren side by side for second place. On the inside, Garrett Kinder, Jason Warren on the outside. Garrett Kinder able to make the pass out of turn 2. Oh, but here comes Warren back on the outside. Garrett Kinder just not able to get clear enough to take that spot away.
But 52 laps left. I guess these guys are gonna. It's time to quit racing soft and go down there and just send it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how early these guys want to send it, but if they want to send it on lap 82 of 133, well, I'm not controlling your car, so you do what you want to.
They are battling.
Garrett Kinder able to take that spot away and now look to try to catch Josh the Jet Oswald.
And see, these guys are doing it on the bottom. We had the other guys doing it middle and top. Now these guys are running fast on the bottom. I just got to think that track is changing a little bit.
Seeing Jason Warren go to the outside, we'll see how well that works out for him. He's been trying to use that to pass Garrett Kinder, and it hasn't worked yet. But he gets a great run off of turn 2. Now, even with with Garrett Kinder going into turn 3, and he's getting a really nice run through 3 and 4. As he's going to be able to make the pass for second out of turn 4. Usually you see the inside line get a better run into the turn, and then you see the outside line get a better run out. But for some reason, Jason Warren got a great run in and out of that turn. Oh, side by side, Michael Swink into the wall. Behind him, wrecking with Logan Sturgeon. Caution is out.
Oh, man. I was just getting ready to make the comment that Mr. Combs had just reached the 12th position when that happened.
Well, add 2 spots to that, most likely. Michael Swink gets into the wall. Logan actually makes contact with... I didn't see Clint. Clint Reese also into that.
Yeah, Clint Reese come up into Michael Swink, who come up.
I think Logan Sturgeon got into Clint Reese coming down. Or did he? I didn't see if he got into. No, he never got into Swink.
Take a look at it here.
Yeah, he was a victim of Logan Sturgeon avoiding Michael Swink, it looked like.
Yeah, Sturgeon that came down. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had the wrong car.
And big contact to that wall.
I think that's a case of Sturgeon raging Swink, not seeing Reese below him, and trying to avoid Swink. He come down on Clint Reese. It was 3 wide out of 2. You knew something was going to happen.
Oh, I never took him off the replay screen, so we're going to go check that out one more time. My bad, guys. Whoopsie daisies. I'm usually good at switching it, but I was preoccupied.
I have seen other guys do that in the past. It's a honest mistake.
As you see, Michael Swink's going to get a little loose up into the wall. Logan Sturgeon doesn't see Clint Reese. and big contact for Clint and Logan Sturgeon and Michael Swink got together there, but they didn't hit the wall at all. Clint Reist, I mean, all three guys having a really great race so far.
Yeah.
Clint Reist is in the battle for the points lead, so that's definitely going to hurt him as Cameron Combs up to the 9th position now. So Cameron Combs looking to stretch that points lead out, and with that wreck, that's going to help him.
And got to give a little shout out to Mr. Oswald there that I missed on the last from 28th to 1st. Warren 24th to 2nd, Kinder 25th to 3rd. Scotty Stevens, we talked about, started 26th. He's in the 6th position. A lot of big movers from the back. Brandon Wallace started 31st and 11th. That's amazing.
Brian Torquia right behind him started 30th. Now up to 12th.
Tia Swank from 27th to 14th. But that move of Cameron to get up there to 9th, that's, I got to say, it's a little amazing.
Yeah, he made eight spots up on that restart, and, well, he can't. He can make up 8 spots. Would get him to the lead on this next restart. So he definitely wants to make up 8 more spots.
Definitely going to be interesting. Well, the guys up ahead of him are definitely not going to make it easy for him.
No, Jason Warren, he's been in position in cars like these in the trucks to win before and just unlucky. So he is one person, especially tonight, that wants to prove himself in these Cup cars. And he can do that tonight. He's 2nd right now and has a chance to fight for the lead with Josh Oswald.
Although it will be temporary. Because out of the top 5, 4 of them are going to have to pit again.
What was that?
Out of the top 5, 4 of them are going to have to pit again. Oswald, Warren, Kinder, and Lokenbitz are 42 laps since their last pit with 46 laps to go. And so they're going to have to pit one more time.
As they're lined back up, ready to go racing once again. Josh Oswald, Jason Warren, Garrett Kinder, Dan Witt, Josh Lokenvintz, Scotty Stevens, Brian Rupert, Charlie Elmore, Cameron Combs, and Jeff Paisley, your top 10. And like we mentioned right outside the top 10, Brandon Wallace, who's moved up 20 spots since the initial start.
So 6 of the guys ahead of Cameron are going to have to pit again. So he's put himself in a pretty good spot.
Pace car is off. Josh Oswald, once again, your control car, he is off. And Jason Warren and Garrett Kinder once again having to race for that 2nd position. Jason Warren on the outside has a nice position on him. We'll see if he can make it work in 1 and 2.
Got a pretty good jump with him. Oh, look at Dan Witt coming up.
Dan Witt leading earlier. Now trying to come back and lead once again. Jason Warren to the outside of Josh Oswald, and he makes it work. Jason Warren making that outside lane the best lane right now, and Dan Witt right behind him. Dan Witt to the inside now for the lead.
And don't look down, but to 15, Cameron Combs just moved into 4th.
As Dan Witt makes a move and makes a pass for the lead on the bottom. Cameron Combs looking to the inside. I think he's going to go 3 wide here.
Just thinking about it.
With Garrett Kinder and Josh Oswald to the inside.
Yes, he is.
Josh Oswald concedes from that battle and lets these guys go 2 by 2 instead of, or double wide instead of 3 wide. And we might be 3 wide again, actually. As Cameron Combs making a pass on Garrett Kinder and looking to make a pass also on Jason Warren.
I think that might have been a little too soon for that, but he made it stick and made it work. So here we go.
Now 6/10 behind Dan Witt. Dan Witt was our leader earlier when he made a pass on Cameron Combs. So Cameron now looking to pay that back, pass him up for the lead. Caution is out.
We have a caution. I believe the 12 car, William Griffith. Joey Buscemi got caught up in it. The 99 as well.
Ooh, I don't think William was in it, but it was ahead of him.
Oh, the 99 hits the wall, comes down right in front of Joey Buscemi.
2 wrecks for him were nowhere to go. We're going to
He
check
got
that
through
out
it
on
clean.
stream.
Yeah, Brandon Wallace got a little loose, hit the wall, came down, collected. Oh, big hit, Elliot Longenecker.
That is Logan Sturgeon. And then Elliot Longenecker coming along and nowhere to go. Bringing out another caution with 40 laps to go.
Well, I'm pretty sure Mr. Combs didn't mind this caution.
Gets him closer to the lead spot with Dan Witt.
Both those guys are pretty fast. That's going to be an interesting race between these two for the rest of this race.
Dan Witt looks like maybe trying to save some fuel and moving down to the apron to try to do so. That I'm not sure if it works in iRacing, but in real life they do that so that fuel is still being sent to the car because if you're on that banked oval, it can take it away. So making sure fuel is still sent to that car. But I wouldn't think Dan Witt's starving for fuel just yet, but maybe trying to save it down there.
No, he's it's been 17 laps since his last pit, so he'll be well under 50. He's got 9 lap pressure tires than Mr. Combs there, so and more fuel. So.
Chris
I'm beginning
Heiner,
to wonder.
Joe Buscemi, Ray Page looks like down pit road.
I'm beginning to wonder if Kinder, Oswald, Rupert, Elmore, if those are the ones that are trying to save fuel and stretch this out, it would be pretty close to a miracle. It would have to go 88. They'd have to go 88 laps. You know, every time I say that can't be done, somebody does it, right?
Yeah. Closing in on lap 100 now, as we've had a good mix of, we've had some cautions, but we've also had some nice green flag runs, as we did have a run to about lap 77 after, I think, cautions on lap 20 or so. So we've had some nice runs mixed into this race with some cautions, and we'll see if these guys in the last 36 or 37 or so can keep it green to the end of the race.
Oh, 18 guys out of 33 still on the lead lap. Logan managed to survive that wreck and stay on the lead lap, so good for him.
As these guys are lined back up, Dan Witt, Cameron Combs, I think it's Garrett Kinder. Yep, Josh Oswald, your top 4. Brian Rupert. So did Jason Warren pit? I think he did. So he's one of those guys that you said had to
Yes,
pit
he
for
did.
fuel, and he has gone and done that.
Yeah, Dust Lokenvitz came in, Chris Heiner, which I think was part of that last wreck. So, it's interesting to see how this is going to work out. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys out there on lap 51. 5 guys that are going to either prove me a liar or have to pit.
Maybe just hoping for more cautions. We'll see what happens.
I just got to think they'd have to run caution to the end of the race, I think.
Dan Witt, your control car, Cameron Combs on his outside. And Dan Witt holds him a long time, actually, as he's off in green flag racing as Cameron Combs and Garrett Kinder side by side for second behind him. We'll see if Cameron Combs is able to come out of turn 2 with that second position. And with how close they are to the lead, maybe even the lead, but I don't see that happening. Still side by side, Garrett Kinder holding off as much as he can, but those tires are just too good from Cameron Combs as he's able to make that pass. And now look after the lead, 91 of Dan Witt on the outside, and
Wow.
Cameron Combs just drives by him like it's nothing.
That's just amazing. And he's got older tires than Dan, too.
Cameron Combs, who led just about every lap till lap 67. Oh, he blinked out on us there.
Oh, yeah. Mine went out, too.
He led every single lap up till about lap 67, I believe. Maybe a lap or two he didn't lead in the beginning, but led the majority of the race and has been fighting back ever since his pit strategy kind of blew up in his face with a caution happening. So he's been fighting back, and, well, lap 98, here he is back in the lead.
Different strategy and still in the lead. Yeah, why not? Let's do this thing.
Joshua Sexton and Brian Rupert fighting for the 7th position here, as Brian Rupert actually getting passed by Jason Warren as well. We saw him pit already up to the 8th position. Brian Rupert wrecking behind him.
Oh.
And he's able to save it. What a save. I got to hand it to him. I thought he was destined to meet that inside wall.
I did, too.
Oh, man, what a save. I kind of want to see the end card of this. It looked like there was no chance.
Well, Jason's kind of settled in that 7th position, working on Jeff Paisley now. Taking him to the outside.
As we go in car, oh, he actually touches the wall, and oh, man. He's able to save it. Keeps that wheel locked to the right and not able to, doesn't spin around. So what a save from Rupert there, and is able to keep it straight, and as you see, still racing on track.
And Warren got that spot away from Jeff Paisley. Coming up on Scotty Stevens now.
Oh, Scotty Stevens gets loose in front of him, and he goes back to the
no.
outside wall, and there he goes. I think he is destined for the inside wall. Oh, just a little love tap to it. No caution, so we are still green, and he could have hit that wall much harder, so he's able to at least limit the damage. Jason Warren escaping death really there. He was almost hit maybe twice from that.
Yeah.
So one in the front and one in the back. So he's able to stay away from that, and he is top 5 in that 5th position right now, currently a second behind Josh Oswald in 4th.
Yeah, I'm amazed he went down the backstretch that time and nobody wrecked.
Chuck Feltz and Josh Lokenvitz right behind him. A couple of positions back side by side, but Lokenvitz is able to make that pass. And now he's looking to pass Joshua Sexton. He's one of the drivers that pit that last time, so these fresh tires, not only Jason Warren, but Josh Lokenvitz on those 4 fresh tires making passes.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of them while you can.
Now 30 laps to go here at Kansas Speedway for the Back to Blue 200. Cameron Combs, your leader right now, has led I would say the most. Yeah, he's led the most laps tonight so far, and leading lap 104. He has 30 laps left to bring that car around to victory lane.
And all those guys with new tires behind him, and still Cameron Combs was the fastest guy on the track. And I realize traffic can come into play, but well, that guy, I think you could put him out there with rims with no tires on him, and he'd probably still lap the field.
Jason Warren made a pass on Josh Oswald for the 4th position while we were away, and now looking after Garrett Kinder, another second ahead of him. So Jason Warren on fresher tires, but now 5.9 seconds behind the leader. That's going to be a lot to make up. I think he might need a caution if he wants a chance to fight for the lead.
I was just thinking that, he's probably thinking, okay, another caution, bring it on. Hell, he tried to get 2 of them with those guys wrecking on the backstretch. I'm not saying he caused them.
No, but he was
when
definitely
he saw him spinning.
He was asking the racing gods why there wasn't a caution. As I mean, he's already caught Garrett Kinder by about a second now, as you see him in front of him, and Cameron Combs has only got further away. So you could give him as many laps as Jason Warren wants, and I'm not sure anybody could catch Cameron Combs right now, as it's gone up to about 6.1 seconds.
Yeah, he's 2.5 seconds on Dan Witt, 6 seconds on these guys. It's just a bit amazing. There he goes, around Kinder.
Yep, looking to the outside, going to make that work into turn 1. There he goes, up to the 3rd position. 3.5 seconds to Dan Witt now for 2nd. So Jason Warren has a good amount to make up to get up to that 2nd spot. Right behind him, Josh Lokenvents, also on fresh tires, looking to work on Jeff Paisley for the 5th position. Josh currently 6th. There he goes to the inside. That inside's been pretty popular with these fresh tire guys. I mean, we saw Jason Warren make a pass on the outside, but that inside is pretty fast when you have fresher tires.
And it's extremely loose.
Jeff Paisley also trying to work on Garrett Kinder here. To the inside. He's going to be able to make that work into turn 1. So Garrett Kinder maybe on the older tires starting to fall back a little bit more.
He's 65 laps into this run, and I don't know if he's trying to save fuel maybe. That's 23 more laps he's going to have to save. That would be 88 lap run.
Oh, Jeff Paisley gets loose in front of him. You saw that car twitch, but he's able to keep it going straight. Whew. That was a close one.
He's having a little trouble getting through the turn there. Like he's a little loose in 1 and 2, which I believe is the story of everybody, but and he gets through 3 and 4 like a rocket.
Working around lap traffic there. Mike Rebay on the outside.
With half a car. We like Mike.
One thing I see going on, Eddie Morris and passing Brian Torque, it looks like, in that 0-2. So Eddie Morris moving up to the 12th spot, up 20 positions from his starting position. What's going on?
Somebody got a little loose there and went down through the cotton candy stand there.
Camera keeps blinking on my screen a little bit. It's probably my end, though. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that was the 48.
Cameron Combs making a 3.6 second gap over Dan Witt now, and 7.2 seconds ahead of Jason Warren. So, caution
Second
is
and
out
2.
right in front of him, actually.
35 and
Oh.
26.
We have a car, yeah, the 35 on his roof, and these two actually teammates. At least I saw somebody on their roof. It wasn't Kyle Roberts, but somebody was on their roof.
Yep, the 20 fish. 20 fish.
20 fish.
26 Logan Sturgeon.
That's what I'm calling him now.
Sliding down on his roof. 20
Sorry,
fish.
Logan. I'm only calling you the 20 fish now, not the 26.
Ah, and he managed to flip back over to his tires. And took a tow.
Just let's go a little bit of an onboard here with Logan just to see what it's like to ride on your roof. Not a pretty sight. All you can see is the road and sparks. And gravity works its way around and gets him on his tires, but it doesn't matter because he has no power to that motor.
Yeah, I went on board with Kyle Roberts, and he never saw it coming.
Looks like a lot like Logan did not see him coming on that inside, and so
Yeah, I don't think so
he
either.
went down. As we have cars going down pit road, including Cameron Combs, Dan Witt, Jason Warren, Jeff Paisley stay out. So does Josh Lokenvents. Coming down with 18 laps to go right now.
Cameron Combs pitting. Yes, he is.
Yep. And it looks like a decent amount of cars staying out. I think like it'll be tough to tell. We have to see how many cars. We'll see how many cars cross the finish line.
I gotta wonder why. We got 15 cars on the lead lap, and well, as fast as he is, and now he's got fresh tires, and I'm showing him in fifth. See how that stretches out here when we get to the start-finish line.
He's in eighth right now. So yeah, 7 cars staying out there. Eddie Morris, Chuck Phelps, Joe Buscemi, Josh Lokenvents, Jeff Paisley, Jason Warren, and Dan Witt.
Well, got to thank for Kinder and 17 of Josh Oswald that caution came at a perfect time, because I believe they were going to have to pit pretty soon. And they're in the top 10 with precious tires, so along with Cameron Combs, who's running 8th. So we're going to see if these guys can get around the others to get back to the lead. And got racing Jason Warren up there to second. I'm pretty sure this caution for him is he's liking it.
Dan Witt in the lead, Jason Warren second, Jeff Paisley third, Josh Lokenvents fourth, and Joe Buscemi, your top 5. Coming down to, looks like 15 laps to go when we get the green flag.
Joey's had some, I don't want to say bad luck, but he's had some unfortunate incidents tonight that fortunately have not torn up his car, and he's sitting there in 5th, so that's a good run for him.
Guys like Cameron Combs, Garrett Kinder, Josh Oswald, and the rest of the guys that pit are going to have 15 laps to find their way through at least 7 or more cars, depending on who you are and where you are on track. But yeah, Cameron Combs showing actually 7th right now. I thought it was showing him 8th. But right
I've got him
now,
in 8.
but right now live, it's showing him 7th for some reason. Eddie Morris catching back up. There he goes. I think Eddie Morris didn't know we were going green, and he fell back a little bit, but he's back up to that 7th spot. So, yeah, Cameron Combs, 7 spots to the lead, and then obviously goes up 1. The further you go behind him, Garrett Kinder, Josh Oswald, Joshua Sexton, Charlie Elmore, Tia Swank, Ryan Torkey, and Scotty Stevens round out the lead lap cars. So they're going to have 15 laps to figure it out. And they got to hope that there's no more cautions, because the less laps you have, the less laps you have to try to work through that traffic.
Shout out to Eddie Morris there from Intensity Broadcasting, along with his buddy Joseph Wright, and joining us racing tonight. Eddie having a good run.
Pace car is off. Like I said, 15 laps to go when we get the green flag. Dan Witt is off along with Jason Warren. Jason Warren, not as good of a restart as last time. He's going to try to clear Jeff Paisley. He is able to do so. 3 wide behind him. Cameron Combs. Oh, man. Chuck Feltz and Eddie Morris not making contact and spinning there is honestly a miracle, because I thought they were destined to wreck there.
I'm looking at Combs up to the 5th spot and be 4th before I get done talking about him, I think.
Yeah, up to the 4th position. We're looking at 3rd right now. Jeff Paisley right behind Jason Warren. And he's going to look to the outside. And the more these two race, the better it is for Cameron Combs. Caution is out.
Caution.
So
I believe might talk to Cameron after the race about putting time to go time on the back of his car.
Not exactly sure who this one was on. I think it shows Michael Swink in the pits. I'm not sure if that was on him or not. He was involved in a wreck earlier, so this could be from that. Why he's in pit road, we'll see. Nope, he is a part of this caution. Oh, in front of him, Ray Page. Oh, it blinks out. Well, I guess you got the idea. They wrecked in front of him. And
yeah, Ray Page got into Chris Heiner, and then the melee started.
And with that caution, we're going to get less chances under green for these guys. So Cameron Combs going to be starting 4th on the freshest tires out of the top 5. Josh Lokenvin's behind him in 5th.
I got to think it's okay for Combs in his car. He's like, all right, this will work. Get me closer to the leader. If he does get around these guys are not easy to pass. They're good racers, and they're fast. And if he gets around them, he's going to be doing a heck of a job. So with the 25 coming around being the lucky dog, we're going to have, I think it's a 25, it might be the 8. 15 cars on the lead lap.
Also, I forgot to get the graphic from Discord, but forgot to show the results of last week's winner, because Matt gave that to me, but I forgot to put it on. But Will Paisley, who unfortunately blinked out tonight, if you remember, won last week at Phoenix. Cameron Combs, who's in 4th right now, finished 2nd last week. Clint Reese, who had an unfortunate wreck earlier, he is currently sitting in 25th. So
10 laps down.
tough night for him. And then Bud Giglio and Tanner Marr were your 4th and 5th place finishers at Phoenix, if you weren't able to watch that broadcast. So Cameron Combs, 2nd place last week, and trying to win and extend his lead, his points lead even more this week. But we'll see if he's able to catch and pass Dan Witt, Jason Warren, and Jeff Paisley. He's been fast all night, but these guys are going to fight with everything they have to try to hold him off. So definitely not going to be an easy task. And we head to Martinsville next week. So that's going to be a very interesting race. And, well, I'm not totally sure if we'll be up here in the booth or if Matt will be able to. Because, Matt told me that he would broadcast. And you do not tell me that you're going to broadcast for me on a race like Martinsville, because I will probably take it. That is my favorite track.
Yeah.
And if you even offer up, I might even take it. So,
your favorite track and a tough race to call.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see what my decision making brings up with my brain, the decisions it makes this week, because it's gonna be a tough one.
Matt's listening right now, going, "You'll be broadcasting." Yeah, Joey Buscemi up there in that 6th spot's got a lot of front end damage, but he's still holding in there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it looks like as long as you bring it home, and
oh yeah,
that's what he's doing so far, up to the 6th position. And these guys are ready to get back racing with 9 laps to go. Dan Witt, Jason Warren, Jeff Paisley, Cameron Combs, Josh Lokenvince, your top 5. Dan Witt is off, green flag. And let's see if Cameron Combs is able to make a spot up with Jeff Paisley. They are side by side right now for that 3rd position. Cameron Combs into the wall a little bit. Almost contact with Jeff Paisley.
I think there was a little bit. Oh, he's coming back up again.
Oh, close racing for the 3rd position. Jeff Paisley not wanting to give that spot up, but Cameron Combs looking pretty fast. Coming to 8 laps to go. Oh, man.
I was holding my breath, and I wasn't even in the car.
Hands are sweaty right now as he's looking to the inside of Jason Warren for the 2nd position. He has 8 laps to go, and he is just rumbling up on
sideways
these guys.
Coming through that turn 2.
Up to the 2nd position. He is flying right now, looking to the inside. And nothing Dan Witt can do. Back to the lead. Cameron Combs coming to 7 laps to go. Back to the lead here at Kansas Speedway.
Man, does he have rockets on that thing?
Yeah, he has speed that these guys just have not been able to find and match all night. Josh Oswald coming up on the back bumper of Jeff Paisley along with Garrett Kinder. I believe both of them went and took tires the last time. So they're going to try to
right now with 5 laps to go, we could just put Cameron in the back of the field. Give him an EOL and he'd still win the race. Is that fast.
Now Garrett Kinder to the outside of Josh Oswald for the 5th position. Trying to work on Jeff Paisley now. And with those fresh tires, he's looking fast as well. Trying to take that 3rd position away from Jason Warren all in one turn. Garrett Kinder up to 3rd. Jeff Paisley looking to the inside. There's a lot of action going on back here with 5 laps to go now. as Josh Oswald also able to make a pass on Jason Warren. And here comes Garrett Kinder for the second position on Dan Witt. And mind you, Cameron Combs has been fast, but Garrett Kinder on these fresh tires has now made a pass for second and 1.6 seconds behind Cameron Combs. What can he do with 4 laps to go? And he's probably hoping for a caution at this point so he can get a chance to restart next to Cameron Combs.
And him and Combs are on the same set, same age of tire there.
As now Josh Oswald getting past Dan Witt.
I think now we know why Cameron Combs pit that last time.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. It's smooth sailing now, but he has to get to that white flag before he can not worry about another restart. Garrett Kinder now only 1 second back from Cameron Combs. Caution is out.
Caution. Oh, no.
And we get a green-white checkered.
Why not?
It always works out. It always works out this way, no matter what track we're at, whether it's a 2.5 or a half-mile track, maybe even a quarter-mile track. We end up getting green-white checkers.
I got the 20 car on the backstretch.
Charlie Elmore.
Along with the 75 of Chuck Feltz. Looks like he comes down, collects Feltz, and they both go spinning down to the infield.
I don't know why iRacing sometimes does this, but it cuts out as soon as they start wrecking. Just trying to give my viewers a view of the wreck, and, well, there you go. See, just does not come back. Well, you got an audible description of what happened, at least, I guess.
Coming out of turn 2, Charlie Elmore got a little loose, come down on Chuck Feltz. And they both go spinning into the infield, making a little wall contact, but both keep going.
Cameron Combs, your points leader of the Saturday Night Senate Cup Series, looking to put a win into the books and extend that lead. Jason Warren, who's third in points, looks like he was 21 points behind Clint Reese coming into tonight. Currently, Jason Warren is 6th and 22nd is Clint Reese. So he's not going to make up. He's not going to be able to be second in the points after this week, but he will make up a lot of ground on second place Clint Reese.
Well, something that just caught my eye that I have a question. What happens if we time out?
How much time does the session have?
1.5 minutes.
Really? Huh. Kinda want to check it out. I'm gonna... no, it doesn't. The race has a 3 hour and 50 minute thing to it at least.
Oh, okay.
So they still have another, I don't know how long, I guess an hour and a half or so till that happens. Or an hour.
I just saw a clock counting down.
All good.
That's my sim racing apps, my track map. And a little clock ticking down. I'm like, what is that?
Should be getting the One to
Let's do
green
it.
this time, by.
Yep. I've been doing this since June of last year, so I'm still a newbie. So thanks to you giving me a father's gift that has cost me a ton of money.
I don't think of it as a cost, as more of investment. Investment of
There
never
you
getting
go.
that money back, but yeah.
For those of you who don't do iRacing, thinking about getting into iRacing, do it. It's fun. But you're
Be
going to
prepared.
start out with a little bit of something and you're going to go, oh, I can make it better. I can make it a little better. And you just keep going. It's fun, though. It's still a lot cheaper than real life racing.
Yeah, if you're going to get in iRacing, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is make sure that you have your money managed well. If you have it managed well,
Yes.
you'll be able to do iRacing just fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, these guys put on a pretty good show tonight, and we got a couple of laps to keep putting on that good show. This is going to be interesting.
Yep. One of two green-white checkers we have tonight, I believe. It did say one of two when I checked the time. As the pace car is off and Cameron Combs is off, green flag is out. The first of two green-white checkers. Garrett Kinder, not that great of a restart, as he is still side by side with Josh Oswald going into turn one. Right now, Cameron Combs is just off and far away from second place right now. Down the back stretch. Got to get to the white flag before the next. Oh, Garrett Kinder almost makes contact with Dan Witt. Joshua Sexton to the outside of Garrett Kinder now for the third position. Coming to the white flag. The white flag is out. The next flag ends the race. Cameron Combs needs one more perfect lap, and he will be the winner of tonight's race. Garrett Kinder able to hold off Joshua Sexton, and now working on the back bumper of Josh Oswald.
It's going to be an interesting finish for second.
Cameron Combs is your winner tonight. Josh Oswald able to hold off Garrett Kinder at the line. Josh Oswald second, Garrett Kinder third.
Joshua Sexton coming in fourth and Dan Witt fifth. Jason Warren bringing it home sixth. Brian Torquia seventh. Jeff Paisley eighth. Scotty Stevens up and down night finished ninth with Tia Swank your top 10.
What a race tonight from Cameron Combs. A couple of different strategy calls leading him to the victory tonight at Kansas. See if he does some burnouts for us.
Burn them down, boys. I'll give you some more of your finishers here. Josh Lokenvitz comes home 11th. Joey Buscemi 12th. Chuck Phelps 13th. Joseph Wright coming 14th. Charlie Elmore 15th. Rich Yeoman 16th. Those were your lead lap cars. Chris Heiner 17th, Ryan Rupert 18th, William Griffith 19th, Darrell Whitford 20th. Clint Reese, tough night for him. He's going to take a hit in the points at 21st. Ray Page 22nd, Eddie Morris 23rd. Michael Swink 24th, Logan the Fish Sturgeon 20 fish coming home 25th. Tyler Johnson 26th, Kyle Roberts 27th, Brandon Wallace 28th, Magic Mike 29th, Elliot Longenecker 30th, Will Paisley finishes 31st, Mickey Isaac 32nd, and Tanner Marr 33rd.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and get Cameron in here after those nice burnouts he did there. Hey, Cameron, you got a copy? Cameron Combs, Zach and Sam in the booth, you got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, man, well, I mean, from all aspects of this race, You just looked absolutely dominant. Didn't matter what lap tires you were on. Take us through your race.
Yeah, I started off worried because in practice it was so slick. Everybody was having a hard time holding on to it. I think we did a pretty good job for the most part, but it definitely tightened up during the race. The longer you ran, the tighter your car got, but it wasn't too bad to where you couldn't drive it. I was trying to build up leads and try to do what everybody else didn't do so I could have that run to the end.
So I got to ask, several times during that first long run you had, I'm like, well, he's going to pit. No, well, he's going to pit now. Well, no. 69 laps on that first run, and you were still putting up numbers on the chart that were matching or beating a lot of the top 10 drivers. How'd you do that?
I just tried getting out front long enough to where I could save my tires and try to hold on to it for as long as I could. I wanted to make it to at least the first fuel stop. That way, if it did go green in the second half, I would have enough to make it to the end and not have to pit.
Well, the fun
Oh,
thing.
good.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to congratulate you on a good race, a good strategy. Even when your strategy fell apart, you came up with a new one and still come home first. So congratulations.
With Kansas being a track where the outside line, the inside line, even the middle lane can be used, which one did you prefer coming into the race?
Coming into the race, I definitely preferred the bottom line, but as the race progressed, I tried running more the middle, and I ran the top for a couple laps, but it was my car was too tight, and I was getting too close to the wall for my comfort.
All right. Well, you take even more of a lead with the points after tonight. You got anybody you want to thank?
So I just want to thank all our first responders, especially for this race, and thank everybody at the league for doing a tribute to them because they don't get enough appreciation usually. But I just want to thank everybody for all the first responders for what they do for us.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. Looking forward to seeing you next week in Martinsville.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Cameron Combs, your race winner tonight. We'll move on to Josh Oswald. Started 28th tonight, pulling out that second place finish. Hey, Josh, Zach, and Sam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you. How are you?
I'm great, and I mean, you're even better, honestly. Tonight, you started 28th, and you're able to move up to the second spot to end the race. Take us through it.
Oh, I mean, I'm still learning these mile and a halves, and my practice speed just wasn't up there, so I figured I'd just start in the back and try and wait it out, and was able to avoid some big wrecks, and pit strategy really helped us out there at the end.
You and Garrett behind you there both ran your fastest laps on the last lap. How was that coming to the finish line there for you?
Oh, I mean, I've raced plenty with Kinder. I knew he was going to race me hard, not give an inch, and I knew he knew that I was going to race him hard, not give an inch. We were going to have a hell of a battle to the finish, whether we got to the front for the win or if it was for second.
We saw a lot of kind of self spins, and not all spins. They sometimes they saved it, but a lot of getting loose out of turn 2 more than anywhere else on the track. Was that just a really tough exit to get out of without getting loose?
Yes. Turn 2 was slick all day. You really had to be careful. It didn't matter what lane you were in. You had to be careful when you picked your throttle up and how hard you picked it up. You really had to baby it out of 2.
All right. Well, you got anybody you want to thank tonight?
I just like to thank all my teammates, Ray Page, Mike Swink, Keith Durst, Jason Warren, Elliot Longenecker. Some of my guys had a rough night tonight, and our satellite teammates over at Big Fish. So it was a great night for a lot of us. We kept it up front.
All right. Well, congrats on the second place finish. Looking forward to seeing you next week in Martinsville, man.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to Martinsville for sure.
All right. Now we'll move on to Garrett Kinder, who we saw have like you mentioned, a race to the end, to the start-finish line with Josh Oswald. Hey, Garrett, Zach, and Sam in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, it's Zach and Sam in the booth. You got a copy, Garrett?
Yeah, go
There he
ahead.
is. Well, I'll kind of start this off the same way that I did with Josh. You started in the 25th position, and you're able to fight back all the way to a podium spot. Take us through your race.
It was hot and slick out there today, so there was a lot of tire saving going on, and I think that practice really paid off. Got to run a lot of practice laps with some guys, so that seemed to help probably the most out of anything. Just got lucky, dodged a few, and turned out all right.
Well, Garrett, we never get to talk to you. But you and Josh ran you ran your fastest laps of the race there on that last lap, and that was a very interesting finish. It was fun to watch, and you're battled up through the middle there. We seen some guys running old tires, running fast laps. Were you able to pull stuff like that off, or did the newer tires just would do it for you tonight?
The new tires did help. I will say that since I got to saving quite a bit, there was one stint where most of the field came in and took fresh, and I had a pit window that I was looking to get to for tires, and I wasn't there yet, so I stayed out and was able to hold on to the top 5, even
Yeah, that was very
even on old tires. So
interesting. Sorry, go ahead. That was very
I'm
interesting
having
there.
some connection issues, guys.
Oh, okay. Fun race. Who you got shout outs for?
Of course, I want to thank Reaper Racing. Of course, both of y'all up in the booth, part of that team. Give also a shout out to Full Send and their technical alliance with Big Fish. I was running with those guys tonight, and everybody worked out really well together. It seemed to be pretty good. Give a shout out to Matt, guys, for getting this league together. Jesse Nakula for getting the Cup Series running, and just give a shout out to y'all for doing the broadcast.
All right, man. Well, congrats on your top 30 finish. Looking forward to seeing you next week at Martinsville.
All right, guys, take it easy.
You too. All right, that was Garrett Kinder, third place finisher tonight. And that will lead us into the results for tonight's race. And while I pull those up, last thoughts about tonight's race?
Kind of what I expected with that turn 2. I'm telling you, that sucker is deadly to your car. And we saw that a lot tonight. We saw a lot of guys hold on pretty good through there that looked like they were going to lose it. A lot of good racing all across the board. These guys do a great job every week, and saw a lot of give and take. And Mr. Combs there took a lot from coming from the back up to the front. It was just it was a fun night. Okay.
All right, so Cameron Combs, your winner tonight. Josh Oswald, Garrett Kinder, third. Joshua Sexton, fourth. Dan Witt, fifth. Jason Warren, sixth. Brian Torquia, seventh. Jeff Paisley is eighth. Ninth, Scotty Stevens, and rounding out the top 10 tonight, Tia Swank. Josh Lokenvents, 11th. Joe Buscemi, 12th. Chuck Feltz, 13th. Joseph Wright, 14th. Charlie Elmore, 15th. Rich Yeoman, 16th. 17th was Chris Heiner. Brian Rupert, 18th.
William Griffith coming in 19th. Daryl Whitford, 20th. Clint Reese bringing it home, 21st. Ray Page, 22nd. Eddie Morris, 23rd. 24th to Michael Swink. 25th to 26th. Logan Sturgeon, the big fish, comes in 25th. 26th goes to Tyler Johnson. Kyle Roberts, 27th. Brandon Wallace, 28th. Mike Uribe with a 29th finish. Elliot Longenecker, 30th. William Paisley bringing it home, 31st. Mickey Isaac, 32nd. And Tanner Marr running out the field.
All right. Going to go ahead and bring up the schedule for the rest of the Send It Cup Series. And next week, we head to Martinsville Speedway for 300 laps around that tricky half-mile paper clip. And then Michigan, the 2-mile track, 100 laps for that race. And then a couple bye weeks and 6 races to end the regular season portion of the schedule. Bristol, Talladega, Dover, Auto Club, Kentucky, and Chicagoland. And then we'll have 5 races for the playoffs to end out the season at Texas, Homestead, Talladega, Richmond, and Charlotte. So a lot of fun races left on the schedule for the Send It Cup Series. And I'm looking forward to next week in Martinsville, and especially just the rest of the season, as these guys have put on a good show in pretty much every single race they've done so far, and looking forward to seeing what they can do the rest of the way.
Yeah, those last 3 races of the season with Talladega, Richmond, Charlotte, 3 totally different tracks. That should be interesting.
Go ahead and show you your spotlight drivers one more time. We went through it at the beginning. You can take a look there on screen. We'll give you a minute to look at those. And while you look at those, new on the Rebels Racing Network is Tuesday. We'll have a broadcast for you. Usually it's just Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but Tuesdays and Wednesdays now we're going to have broadcasts, so make sure to tune in Tuesday for that. I can't remember the exact name of the series. Let me try to get that.
I'm looking at the points, and Clint Reese holding on to that second spot with that bad night tonight. Still kind of lucky there, although he gapped on Cameron Combs. He's 29 points behind. Not impossible to catch up.
Yep, so those are your spotlight drivers for tonight. And I think that's it for us tonight. Like I said, make sure to tune in, first of all, tomorrow night for the Sunday Night Truck Series on Intensity Broadcasting. But yeah, make sure to tune in here on Tuesday night. And you'll be able to catch another broadcast here on Rebels Racing Network as along with Wednesday. So other than Fridays, because the Extreme Xfinity Series just ended, you're going to have a race from Tuesday through Saturday. So yeah, make sure to tune in for that. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's been Zach and Sam Wetstein in the booth.